Hey everybody, it's Brooke with the Buttered Home, and we are here today and we're going to show you how to make some cucumber and onion salad, so stay with us. So we're gearing up for cucumber season. I've got 4 medium cucumbers that I have trimmed the ends and have just roughly taken the skin off. I like to leave a little bit of the skin because, like most vegetables, a lot of the nutrients are still in there. Plus it adds some, a good pop of color to this recipe. Now, you can use a sweet onion, but I actually have a half of a red onion. So this recipe calls for a small onion. And we're gonna slice these guys all about the same size. So I'll be using my mandolin to do that. Now, I always like to stress the importance of safety whenever you're using a mandolin because they will certainly take off the tips of your fingers. So make sure you get one with a good guard that fits and that's easy to use. So I have taken that outer skin off of my onion, and now I'm just going to slice it into thin slices. And the mandolin really makes quick work of this. Now, I like to do really thin slices for this salad. You can do whatever is your preference, but I will take that onion and kind of turn it around to kind of slice it so it slices evenly. All right. So 1 small onion will probably make about 2 cups of sliced onions there. Now we're going to do the same thing with our cucumbers. And even if you have a large surface area, you still want to be careful. And I know you're thinking, well, cucumbers are kind of large, so I'm safe. You're not. So go ahead and cut them in half. Taking just a minute will save you an afternoon of trouble with a bleeding finger that takes forever to heal. If you know, you know. But this cucumber salad is made with sour cream, and it just couldn't be easier. I mean, it just couldn't. So I've got, my mandolin has a feature where it actually opens, the guard opens up, and you can fit things like cucumbers inside of it. But if you don't have that, just carefully use the normal guard that you have and just slice those guys up. Now the one thing about that is that you do have to eventually just take it out because it'll get to be not quite short enough. And I leave that thicker slice, I just toss it in there because it really just doesn't matter. All right, so we're gonna get the rest of these guys processed and then we'll show you how to mix up the most wonderful dressing. Okay, so we have our 4 cucumbers processed and thinly sliced, and I'm just gonna add those to a large bowl. And actually I'm gonna do about half, and then I'm gonna add my onions. And that was 1 small to medium onion or half of a large onion thinly sliced. And we're just gonna pop those into a large bowl and just kind of give them a good toss. Pre-mix, if you will. So this dressing that we're doing is a sour cream based dressing, and it's absolutely delicious. You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. It looks strange, but the taste is just phenomenal. Now this is not a dill dressing. A lot of people, when they think about cucumber salad, they think that it has a slightly pickled taste to it. And yes, you can do that, but I suggest that you just try this the way that we're about to show you, just to kind of get just the sour cream base, because that's what we want. It's a creamy, delicious texture with different flavors that you might not expect. It's slightly sweet. So the first component is gonna be about a half a cup of sour cream. And that's about what I have left in this container. So that's what's going in. Good old half a cup of good old sour cream. Now to this, we're gonna be adding in 3 tablespoons of, this is where you can make a choice. I'm using a lemon vinegar, but you can use a white wine vinegar too if you're not able to find a lemon vinegar. You just want a white vinegar, and you can even add just regular old plain white distilled vinegar in for this as well. But the lemon adds just a little bright taste. And if you wanted an easy substitution for this lemon vinegar, you could do 3 tablespoons of white vinegar and just a dash of lemon juice and get pretty much the same effect. Now we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of agave. If you don't have agave syrup, you can also use honey or maple syrup. But I like agave because it adds just almost like a sugar component to the dressing. Or you could even use a tablespoon of regular granulated sugar. I like giving you all those substitutions because a lot of these ingredients that I use are readily available, or you might even have those already and you just not thought to use them. Now we're going to add in some pepper. Now here is where you follow your heart. I like a lot of pepper, so we're probably going to do close to half a teaspoon. But there's just something about pepper on cucumbers to me that's just fantabulous. So that's why we add a good amount of pepper to ours. But if you put about 1/4 teaspoon in there, that should be plenty. Even more if you're a pepper lover like me. And we're just going to whisk that together just to make a nice little dressing. And I know that doesn't look like a lot, but you don't need a lot because your cucumbers are weeping and you don't want to dry those out. You want to take that weeping cucumber and mix it with this dressing and let it become just a beautiful thing, because when it's in the refrigerator, it's going to be fantastic. Now let's give it a taste. Perfection. Now I'm just going to drizzle this right over my cucumbers and my onions. And this is a super salad to have if you're meal prepping for the week, if you are trying to eat a little healthier. Sour cream is full of protein and it's so good for you. Now I'm just going to go ahead and get things started and just give all that a toss. See, and once we get that in there, it really does become enough. And you can do this in a sealable top container, and every once in a while you can just shake it if you want to. But I'm doing it in this pretty mixing bowl so that I can take pictures of it later. Y'all know me. Y'all know I love to take pictures. Well, you know, partly I have to, so that's part of what I do here. So pictures are a large portion of what I do. So now I'm just going to cover this, and you can cover it with saran wrap, or if you have a fabric cover like I do, you can use it, or you, like I said, you can put it in a Tupperware or another thing, Rubbermaid like it. And what we're going to do, we're just going to refrigerate this for about 4 hours. Overnight is better. Most marinated salads are better marinated overnight, but we're going to give this the minimum of 4 hours, and then we're going to come back and taste it and tell you how delicious it is, but you should already be able to tell that, but stay with us. Okay, we finished our 4 hour minimum time in the fridge. I just couldn't wait any longer. So we're going to unveil this and we're going to taste it together. But let's take a look at it. I'm going to do the big reveal and show you. I mean, it's just perfect. That small amount of dressing has now turned into like a large amount of dressing. You see it pooling in the bottom. And this just gets better the longer it sits because of that. So we don't we buy our cucumbers because, or the onions for that matter, because they add to the flavor of that dressing. So I'm going to dish some up. Try not to spill it everywhere. And, you know, I've got just enough pepper in here to probably, well, it's good for me. We'll just put it like that. But these onions, and like I said before, you don't have to use red onions. Just use what you have. A sweet onion is yellow, like Vidalia, is really good in this. And like I said, you can do this like a day ahead before you need it, or a couple of days ahead. I like to make it on the weekends and have it like to go with my lunch all week long because it makes a good amount. 4 cucumbers sliced thin makes really a lot of this salad. So let's give it a taste. See, that just tastes like summer to me. We have another cucumber, onion, and tomato salad that is done with almost like a vinaigrette. It's really good, but this has a more creamy base to it and more of a hearty texture. And you get the added benefits of using the sour cream in it as well. It's so good. I have people who don't really love cucumbers who really like this salad. It's simple. It tastes like you spent a lot of time on it, and it's just basic ingredients. And I gave you a lot of substitutions for the things that I used in case you don't have them. But it's just a vinegar and sour cream base is all that it is. Fantastic. Still chewing it up. I love it, and we hope you will too. This recipe can be found over at our website at thebutteredhome.com. where you can get a free printable recipe card. We would love for you to go there and try this recipe plus one of the many others that we have on our site. Make sure that you're following us on all of our social channels. We have a really good time. You never know, we're going to pop in your news feed and do something live and silly and all those kind of things. I don't call this the messy kitchen for nothing. So if you want to see why that is, you need to be following me on social media. Also, if you want all of our videos in one convenient place, head over to YouTube, search for The Buttered Home, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's almost a tongue twister. And ding that bell so that you can be notified when we drop new videos like this one. This is absolutely delicious, and I'm going to go have a seat and look out my pretty windows and enjoy this cucumber sour cream salad and just savor in the rest of the day. We hope that you enjoy the rest of your day as well. And from all of us here at The Buttered Home to your home, we sure love y'all. Bye.